23. Branch circuit. The circuit conductors between the final overcurrent device protecting the circuit and the outlet. 24. Branch circuit, appliance. A branch circuit that supplies energy to one or more outlets to which appliances are to be connected and that has no permanently connected luminaires that are not a part of an appliance. 25. Bonding jumper, main. The connection between the grounded circuit conductor and the equipment grounding conductor at the service. 26. Branch circuit, general purpose. A branch circuit that supplies two or more receptacles or outlets for lighting and appliances. 27. Branch circuit, individual. A branch circuit that supplies only one utilization equipment. 28. Branch circuit, multi-wire. A branch circuit that consists of two or more ungrounded conductors that have a voltage between them, and a grounded conductor that has equal voltage between it and each ungrounded conductor of the circuit and that is connected to the neutral or grounded conductor of the system. 29. Building. A structure that stands alone or that is separated from adjoining structures by firewalls. 30. Cabinet. An enclosure that is designed for either surface mounting or flush mounting and is provided with a frame, mat, or trim in which a swinging door or doors are or can be hung. 31. Cable routing assembly. A single channel or connected multiple channels, as well as associated fittings, forming a structural system that is used to support and route communications wires and cables, optical fiber cables, data cables associated with information technology and communications equipment, Class 2, Class 3, and Type PLTC cables, and power-limited fire alarm cables and plenum, riser, and general-purpose applications. 32. Charge controller. Equipment that controls DC voltage or DC current, or both, and that is used to charge a battery or other energy storage device. 33. Circuit breaker. A device designed to open and close a circuit by non-automatic means and to open the circuit automatically on a predetermined overcurrent without damage to itself when properly applied within its rating. 34. Clothes closet. An uninhabitable room or space intended primarily for storage of garments and apparel. 35. Coaxial cable. A cylindrical assembly composed of a conductor centered inside a metallic tube or shield, separated by a dielectric material, and usually covered by an insulating jacket. 36. Combustible dust, as applied to hazardous, classified, locations. Dust particles that are 500 microns or smaller, standard speciation for woven wire test sieve cloth and test sieves, and present a fire or explosion hazard when dispersed and ignited in air. 37. Combustible dust, as applied to hazardous, classified, locations. Dust particles that are 500 microns or smaller, standard speciation for woven wire test sieve cloth and test sieves, and present a fire or explosion hazard when dispersed and ignited in air. 38. Combustible gas detection system, as applied to hazardous, classified, locations. A protection technique utilizing stationary gas detectors in industrial establishments. 39. Communications equipment. The electronic equipment that performs the telecommunications operations for the transmission of audio, video, and data, and includes power equipment, example DC converters, inverters, and batteries, technical support equipment, example, computers, and conductors dedicated solely to the operation of the equipment. 40. Communications raceway. An enclosed channel of non-metallic materials designed expressly for holding communications wires and cables, optical fiber cables, data cables associated with information technology and communications equipment, Class 2, Class 3, and Type PLTC cables, and power-limited fire alarm cables in plenum, riser, and general-purpose applications. 41. Composite optical fiber cable. A cable containing optical fibers and current-carrying electrical conductors. 42. Concealed. Rendered inaccessible by the structure or finish of the building. 43. Conductive optical fiber cable. A factory assembly of one or more optical fibers having an overall covering and containing non-current carrying conductive member such as metallic strength member, metallic vapor barrier, metallic armor or metallic sheath. 44. Conductor, bare. A conductor having no covering or electrical insulation whatsoever. 45. Conductor, covered. A conductor encased within material of composition or thickness that is not recognized by this code as electrical insulation. 46. Conductor, insulated. A conductor encased within material of composition and thickness that is recognized by this code as electrical insulation. 47. Conduit body. A separate portion of a conduit or tubing system that provides access through a removable cover to the interior of the system at a junction of two or more sections of the system or at a terminal point of the system. 48. Connector, pressure, solderless. A device that establishes a connection between two or more conductors or between one or more conductors and a terminal by means of mechanical pressure and without the use of solder. 49. Continuous load. A load where the maximum current is expected to continue for 3 hours or more. 50. Control circuit. The circuit of a control apparatus or system that carries the electric signals directing the performance of the controller but does not carry the main power current. 51. Control drawing, as applied to hazardous, classified, locations. A drawing or other document provided by the manufacturer of the intrinsically safe or associated apparatus, or of the non-incentive field wiring apparatus or associated non-incentive field wiring apparatus, that details the allowed interconnections between the intrinsically safe and associated apparatus or between the noni endive field wiring apparatus or associated non-incentive field wiring apparatus. 52. Controller. A device or group of devices that serves to govern, in some predetermined manner, the electric power delivered to the apparatus to which it is connected. 53. Cooking unit, counter-mounted. A cooking appliance designed for mounting in or on a counter and consisting of one or more heating elements, internal wiring, and built-in or mountable controls. 54. Coordination, selective coordination. Localization of an overcurrent condition to restrict outages to the circuit or equipment affected, accomplished by the selection and installation of overcurrent protective devices and their ratings or settings for the full range of available overcurrents, from overload to the maximum available fault current, and for the full range of overcurrent protective device opening times associated with those overcurrents. 55. Copper-Clad Aluminum Conductors. Conductors drawn from a copper-clad aluminum rod, with the copper metallurgic alloy bonded to an aluminum core, where the copper forms a minimum of 10% of the cross-sectional area of a solid conductor or each strand of a stranded conductor. 56. Cord connector, as applied to hazardous, classified, locations. A fitting intended to terminate a cord to a box or similar device and reduce the strain at points of termination may include an explosion-proof, a dust ignition-proof, or a flame-proof seal. 57. Cutout box. An enclosure designed for surface mounting that has swinging doors or covers secured directly to and telescoping with the walls of the enclosure. 58. Dead front. Without live parts exposed to a person on the operating side of the equipment. 59. Demand factor. The ratio of the maximum demand of a system, or part of a system, to the total connected load of a system or the part of the system under consideration. 60. Device. A unit of an electrical system, other than a conductor, that carries or controls electric energy as its principal function. 61. Disconnecting means. A device, or group of devices, or other means by which the conductors of a circuit can be disconnected from their source of supply. 62. Dust ignition proof, as applied to hazardous, classified, locations. Equipment enclosed in a manner that excludes dusts and does not permit arcs, sparks, or heat otherwise generated or liberated inside of the enclosure to cause ignition of exterior accumulations or atmospheric suspensions of a specified dust on or in the vicinity of the enclosure.